Wait, am I live?
It looks like it.
I can't get rid of this calendar. How do I get to the actual stream? Oh, well, we look like idiots. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is Sicko Soundoff. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Ty on the other end. Ty, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, my friend? Sicko Soundoff again. We're back at it.
We are back at it. So we have a pretty fascinating topic tonight. I don't know if it's so much fascinating, but it's got Pittsburgh Twitter in a tizzy tonight, the past few days. First off, let's start with Tarik Skubal went through arbitration and he broke a crazy ass record. He's getting $32 million that they sided with him. And now this has everyone in Pittsburgh going crazy because of Paul Skenes and what he's going to do. So this is Sicko Soundoff. You know, we're here so that way you guys can come on the show. You guys can vent. You can get off your frustrations. It's your therapy. But, you know, we want to go ahead and talk about this Skenes scenario right now. First off, what did you think about Skubal winning that arbitration case?
Well deserved for him. The Tigers also came in just, I think, dramatically low. So maybe that helped Skubal's case. Good for him. I'm all for players getting their money, especially in these situations. It does kind of stink as a Pirates fan. Like this whole potentially losing Paul Skenes at some point earlier than we originally anticipated, but maybe not as early as some people are freaking out about. I think some people are a little bit too worried about it.
Why do you think they're too worried about it, though? $32 million. He just dominated a record in arbitration, and he's the best pitcher in baseball. And Paul Skenes is starting off where Skubal's at today in his last year of arbitration is basically where Paul Skenes is starting his career.
Right, but it's also his last year of arbitration. Paul Skenes has a lot of arbitration left before we get to this point, and I think he will. Like, he's going to hit a large number probably earlier than Skubal. It's not going to be that much earlier, but it's still going to be a big number. Don't get me wrong. But, like, acting like this could be the last year of Paul Skenes in a Pirates uniform, I think is a little bit ridiculous.
And that's what I think is absolutely fair, because I think that's where a lot of people are at in this. That, you know, we've seen the tweets already that, kiss Paul Skenes goodbye next year, because if he's going to go through arbitration and Skubal's getting $30 million in arbitration, the Pirates can't afford that. So this is his last year. Why is that not the case?
Because here's what I think people are doing. I think they are automatically assuming there will not be baseball in 2027.
And
Paul Skenes,
that's fair.
Our number's not going to go up when there's no baseball. I feel like honestly, I think people are just freaking out because cheap Pirates. And it's a touch of an overreaction here. Like, yes, they are going to trade him before he is a free agent. We all know it. It's going to happen. Garrett Cole was traded with 2 years left of team control. Paul Skenes will probably, I'm assuming, will be traded with 2 years of team control. That does not mean it's going to happen after this next upcoming season.
Right. The 2027 lack of baseball for an entire year, like, if you want to make that the argument, because it's like, then he only has a few years left. I understand where you're coming from, but if there's no baseball in 2027, why does a team want to trade for him then as well? Like, if that's why you're trading him after this year, why is the team wanting to bring him on if there is no baseball?
Because he's Paul Skenes.
But if there's no baseball, like, why trade for him now at that premium price, then not wait till the next following year as well? You know what I mean? Like for all the reasons you're trying to mind cluster this into, like, oh, I'm going to big brain this and I'm going to trade him after this year because there's no baseball and we'll get max peak value for him in return. It's like, well, teams going to, if that's how you think, then why are teams not going to think the same thing and say, well, I'm not going to pay that because there is no baseball?
That's a really good point. I mean, we're seeing how shrewd these teams are right now. I think you may be onto something with that. Yeah, I think you are.
And ultimately, I just also think like there will be baseball. To some level, there will be baseball. Like, I don't think it's going to be gone for a whole entire year. I don't think it's going to be a lost season. I think there will be at least some sort of baseball played in 2027. But again, like that's if you're trying to big brain this into thinking this is why you trade him after this year, you're going to get just equally big brained on the other end as well. So I just don't see that being the scenario of why you trade Paul Skenes after this year. But I want to highlight something else as well. And again, I understand this. Like, Paul Skenes, as mentioned, is starting his career where Skubal is more or less has ended his at this point in time, right? He's gone Rookie of the Year and Cy Young to start his career under 2 ERA, where the past few years with Skubal, he's been like a 2.37-ish, ERA. Actually, Skubal, this year 2.21, last year 2.39. I mean, again, these are good back-to-back Cy Young winners. He's basically the best pitcher in the AL, but it's like that's what Paul Skenes been on in the NL side, and he wasn't 27 and 28 doing it. He was 22 and 23. So with that said, I do want to bring up this point here. When Skubal went through arbitration, his very first time he went through, he got $2.65 million. Like, that's what we're looking at for Paul Skenes in 2027. If he's going to beat that, which he probably and rightfully should, what is it? 3 million?
No, he's
4 at the top.
What was his pre-arb amount? His pre-arb amount is already 3.4.
Who?
With the bonus pool, I mean.
Well, that doesn't count towards that.
Yeah, that's a bonus pool as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they'll take into consideration that.
And again, he's won Rookie of the Year. He's won Cy Young. We don't know what's happened this year. I mean, he could win Cy Young again. He's going into this. But still, like, the first year of arbitration is quite low. We'll give him the high end. Like, we'll give him, if it's 4.5 even, which I think is kind of crazy. But Paul Skenes is going to give crazy numbers. The Pirates can afford that, right, Tyler?
I don't care if they can or can't. They better figure it out.
Okay. The following year, right? The year before he becomes his last ARB season, Skubal got $10.15 million. That was still a very good salary. That was coming off of the Cy Young. He was the dude. $10.15 million. Again, let's go higher. He's going to break records. Let's even say he gets $15 million. Are they not paying Mitch Keller $17 million?
Right.
Are the Pirates going to look at Paul Skenes and say, oh, we just simply can't afford you at that price anymore?
It's a good question. And we have a request for a listener here who I think would like to share their thoughts.
Bring them on the show.
It looks like Trilly. Some Twitter names are going to be fun tonight. Trilly would like to speak in here, so I'm going to go ahead and approve you out here. Make sure I know how to do this. Well, maybe it didn't work.
Okay. I'm going to try to be an optimist in this situation, if I may.
Absolutely. Also, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. When the lockout happens and they may or may not implement a salary cap and floor, would you imagine they would restructure arbitration deals in itself? And maybe this whole Skenes arbitration saga could look totally different with new rules with a salary cap and floor?
I think it absolutely can.
Or would he be grandfathered in to this current old system?
This is all up in the air. And again, like if I mean, that's the one thing too. If there's a salary and floor, there's drastic changes that are being made. I myself, Tyler, speak for yourself here shortly. I myself don't think a cap's happening, at least in this next upcoming CBA. I don't. But if it were, there's got to be a lot of changes to be made to adapt to this. And I think ARB is going to be one of the situations that's looked into and, changed to some degree. And it could be different. I don't know if they're going to grandfather things in. I don't know if it's all, new going forward. When I don't know. That's a great question though. there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's certainly a lot of uncertainty if there is a cap that's instilled into MLB.
I would just like to imagine that the players union is watching how Skubal kind of got dealt a bad hand. I guess not a bad hand, but at least Skubal going to arbitration, having to argue for himself. I can't imagine a players union would want that in a new salary cap system. I imagine they would want to change that somehow, maybe less team control.
I mean, I guess the question back to that would be, he did get his number that he wanted, and they did rule in favor of him. So I don't really know if the players union would fight back on it, just because Skubal did win this case, and it's a big difference there. But I could see some sort of adjustment to arbitration. I mean, whether it's Paul Skenes getting grandfathered into something new or just a new type of system, I have no idea. This is where we need Ethan, man. Ethan probably has this planned out already.
This is a loaded question.
Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do. Because I'm with you. I don't think there's going to be a salary cap. I think there's too much power with the players union. But I can't imagine we don't see some sort of change somehow or another. Like, something's gonna give here. The owners aren't just gonna back down and we're gonna play baseball again. They're going to win something here.
I yield my time. Thank you, guys.
Well, yeah, of course. No problem at all. But I mean, that does bring up a good question. Yeah, but I don't know. That's why this upcoming offseason and this new CPA, it's going to be interesting. It's going to suck. It's going to really stink, because there's definitely I think there's definitely going to be a lockout, right? Offices will close. Nothing can happen for some point in time. I just don't think it's going to happen for a whole entire year and we have a lost season. But a lot's on the table. I mean, this is the most you've ever talked, especially by Manfred and the owners, in regards to a salary cap. I think there's real movement. I just don't know if there's enough. And like you mentioned, Tyler, this is the strongest union in the world, the MLB Players Union, and it doesn't seem like they want it at all. Absolutely not. Again, Bryce Harper's the face of, I think, the MLB. I'm not saying he is the face, but this moment in time is pretty much the face of the MLBPA. When Manfred came to the office and Harper said, if you're going to talk about salary cap, get the F out of here. That pretty much details how they feel about a salary cap.
Yeah, not to derail this whole thing with a salary cap conversation, but there's a lot of players that I think wouldn't mind a salary cap, because it's very, very top heavy with the money. Bryce Harper, of course, doesn't have an issue with it. He's been paid a ton of money. But there's a lot. Paul Skenes makes $3.4 million right now. Any other sport, he's making a lot more.
Well, and also, again, remember, most of that is that bonus. That's really not what he's making this year.
Right.
Like, put the same person in the same shoes, right? Jared Jones.
All right, and looks like we have another request here. No, he went away. I was just going to bring him on. It was Bucko Mike, but he backed out.
What a loser.
But yeah, like you said there, it is very bonus oriented there with Paul Skenes, but in the NFL, they come in, they make a good bit more. In the NBA, they're a free agent very quickly. The MLB is the one sport where they're under team control for a very, very long time.
Yeah. And their salary gets manipulated how often. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that the owners and teams get to leverage and use and put it in their favor. And like you mentioned, I mean, players don't even have guaranteed money in the sense of arbitration. Once you get that, this is your money you're making this year. Before, that's all pre-arb, and if they're up, if they're down, how much you're getting on major league pay, minor league pay. Just, yeah, it's kind of nuts to think about. I mean, you go through all this time in the minor leagues where they finally made that somewhat of a livable wage, right? Remember those battles, Tyler, where these guys are basically making less than minimum wage? They're still a professional athlete. You're still getting paid. You're going through the minors. So you're in that system for 5 years. Then you finally reach the majors. And again, like I would love $700,000, trust me. But when you're talking about in terms of MLB players compared to NBA players, compared to football players, and those guys, I mean, NBA players come in at age 19, making millions of dollars. You know, even NFL players coming in at like 22, 23 and stuff, making millions of dollars. These guys come in at like 22, 23, finally, after all those years, and 700,000, 700,000, 700,000. Oh, I get the arbitration. I'm making 1.5 million, right? Oh, now I get to make 5 million. Like they're not even making the big bucks until they're in their prime, essentially. And then as you see in free agency, owners and teams like, well, now you're past your prime. We don't want to pay you. So you finally reach free agency and teams are like, unless you're the top of the top.
We were just talking about him, Tarik Skubal. He had a $350,000 signing bonus. He had to fight through the minor leagues, making nothing. So I think I'm with you on it not being a salary cap this time around. I do think we're getting closer to it as these guys who came up through and have battled through the minor leagues and battled through joining the players union. As they come up, I do wonder if the opinions are going to shift of the union where let's take care of the guys while they're coming up and maybe not a cap, but maybe some other type of solution to benefit not just the top.
I do agree. And I think ARB is one of those things where that is the middle ground. You know, like, hey, how about this? We don't have a cap, but like we get you to free agency earlier, which is in their benefit because there's more of the prime that's going to be in free agent years, right? So teams will be more willing to pay these guys once they reach, and they're quicker. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's like just 2 years of pre-ARB or something, right? Yeah. And that way you don't have that much control, and these guys got the free agency quicker and they get paid better. And right, like I could definitely see that. I can absolutely see that at play. But that also affects Paul Skenes, like we're talking about right now. So does that eliminate, or does he get grandfathered into this? I don't know. You know, that's how that's going to work out. So maybe we are talking gibberish right now because Paul Skenes is going to be a free agent a year earlier.
Yeah.
But as things stand right now, Tyler, it would be dumb to trade Paul Skenes after this year, right?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to hear Bucko Mike's opinion on it.
Well, let's go. Bring him on.
Mike, you're on, my friend. What's going on?
Never heard so much bullshit in my life.
What's wrong with what we said?
Take care of your players when they're in the minor leagues, and you won't have to worry about this situation. Take care of Skenes when he was in Indianapolis. There, yeah, sign a long-term deal then.
Well, that's
now you're going to have to worry about 30, 40, and 50. It's arbitration years. Just like I told Ro Diddy about 2 years ago, this is going to happen once they drafted Skenes. It's going to happen where he's going to outperform everything. Get a Cy Young and get that big money. Arb1. And now you're out here signing guys like Jose Urquidy and Clevenger and other goofs like this to try to rebuild your number 5 spot in the rotation, which you need a number 5 guy.
But hold on, I want to backtrack here, Bucko Mike, because did you just say 30, 40, and 50 million in arbitration?
That's going to be his ARB numbers. He's going to get 120 million in arbitration.
So you think in ARB1 he's getting $30 million?
$30 million.
Bucko Mike, yes. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You're the reason we're having this conversation right now.
Skubal got a triple raise from his ARB 2 to or ARB 3 to or ARB 2 to ARB 3.
But who gets $30 million in ARB1? That's unheard of. Skubal got 32, broke a record in doing it in his last year of ARB. So how's Paul Skenes getting that in ARB1?
Skenes is getting a record. Look at his numbers.
I see his numbers.
Look at his numbers, man. He's Cy Young. He gets Cy Young winner. Probably get Cy Young again this year. Unless the Pirates completely fall apart. Or if he falls apart.
He still could. He's that good.
Sign the guys while they're in the minors, like other teams do, like your Rays do, like your Milwaukee Brewers do. Sign guys in the minors to long-term deals at that point. They should have signed Skenes when he was in Indianapolis to like a 10-year deal and threw $300 million his way in 10 years.
So I know there are no comps for Paul Skenes. I know that, but just
now they're signing guys like Jose Urinquidy and Jack Hack Strykowski and Johan Ramirez and other goofballs like that.
So I know that there's no comps.
In danger of losing Skenes. He's your best asset.
Hold on, Bucko Mike. Let me talk. I know there's no comp for Paul Skenes, but like just looking at Jacob deGrom here, I know it's not the same numbers, but he was really good his first few years. His first year ARB, 4 million, second year, 7 million. I know that was not it's within 10 years. But we're talking about a guy with around a 2.50 ERA his first 2 years in Major League Baseball. Didn't really fall off until after ARB started. And even in his second year, it was 7.4. Skenes is going to get a lot more than that, but it's 30, 40, 50. Come on, Mike.
They're going to lose the arbitration case if they go for the regular ARB numbers. Arbitration is good. Arbitration is good to have. It's just changing now. You just got to sign your players when they're young.
Well, I mean, I don't give you credit for that. I mean, that's Paul. I hate to say there's a can't miss, but Paul Skenes is about
by at least 5 or 6 times the amount. He's going to get at least at the low end. He'll be at 20 million at the low end. That's what the Pirates will probably offer
for ARB1.
An ARB1, yep.
Bucko Mike, you're smoking something, buddy.
I do think his second year of ARB is going to be 20.
I told you guys that Skubal will get 32. And look, you got it.
But again, that's his third year. He got back-to-back Cy Youngs. That's his third year. And that's also just because Detroit went to go. So, like, if Detroit said 23 million or 24 million, I bet they would have won.
No.
You don't think? And that's fair. I'm not here to argue that, more or less. But I just think both sides were just so polarizing. Detroit went so low, Skubal went so high.
Off the Skubal talk for a second. I'm kind of worried on the fifth starter now. Who the Pirates are going to get? I was hearing a lot of things early on in the game here, and it seems like they've just kind of like it's gotten quiet, and you're starting to sign scrubs.
Tyler, let me ask you this: Do you think they solved their fifth starter with this recent signing, or do you think they're still out there?
Absolutely not. I think they still need their fifth starter.
I agree. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, to answer that, I just don't think they've addressed it yet. They've signed some guy. I mean, I don't mind the signings as long as that's not like their intent of the fifth starter, right? Like I like these signings because they do need some depth. They need some arms. There's some upside in Clevenger. There's not a whole lot of upside in Urquidy, but I think
you're in Quiddy.
I think again, like for $1.5 million, there's an option there too. I'm okay with it. Like it gets I'm okay with it.
They put minor league options with it, so he can go to the minors.
Yeah, so that to me is whatever. They're adding some depth to what they have right now. They just need to have an actual fifth starter. Go get the Quintana, whatever. I don't think that this is
piggyback
addressing that need.
It's piggyback time. Yeah, I'm all for it. It keeps the arms healthy. Piggyback.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see in at least once. It's very possible.
Well, I'm going to step down because I'm starting to not be able to hear you guys too much. The sound starting to get light here.
Well, appreciate you, Mike.
Thanks, Boomer Mike.
And yeah, I mean, some good thoughts there from Bucko Mike. Nardo, we have another request here.
He's just nuts if he thinks he's going 30, 40, 50. Nuts. Yeah, I mean, and if he's getting ARB1 at 30, he's not finishing it at 50 also.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's going to get a big number. The number's going to be big, but it's not going to be unmanageable his first at least 2 years, I don't think.
No.
Like you said earlier, they're paying 15 to Mitch Keller.
Right.
They're going to pay that to Paul Skenes. I'm not worried about that.
Right.
The only way I'm worried about that is if they get a GM who just wants to tear this thing down. Whenever that's different.
That's good. You say that because that was on my mind before we ended the show. That's a whole different scenario. They're not going to trade him if they're still on this track, right? This progress, we're still competing, we're still building, we're still going out there and trying to be competitive or whatever. If Ben Cherington gets fired, I still think whoever takes over, their task is to continue. But if it is at the end of or the middle of 27, I'll put it that way, and this team's going nowhere, like, they could entertain it. They could entertain it then. But I think by all means, even this new GM comes in, if Ben Cherington gets fired, a new GM comes in after this year, I still think Paul Skenes is on this team.
I would agree, but let's see what Greg has to say about it. Greg, I think you're on with us here.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, guys. How you doing, guys?
Good. How about you?
I am doing great.
What's going on?
I wanted to change the subject just for 1 second. A couple of things I wanted to mention. I think Donardo and I started that whole Framber Valdez. I'm pretty sure, because
don't you include me in this, Greg? That was all you.
It was like 12 hours later, and it's reported all over X. It was crazy. And it was just speculation. I was just talking about strengthening a strength, because Valdez was the best thing out there. And I figured, if he wasn't getting the offers that he was looking at, maybe he'd come to Pittsburgh. But, that was a pipe dream, obviously. And I also wanted to mention Tyler. Jake Mangum is going to be okay, man. Tyler, he's going to be okay.
Get him, Greg.
Oh, man. I hope he is. I really, really hope he is. I like the guy. I do like the profile of him, I think. Like, the contact hitter is a lost art in the sport. The problem to me is I just don't know if he's that guy. My issue here is that he's going to have to hit 290. Like, if he doesn't hit 290, he's not going to be useful enough to me. Because his hitting's just not going to be good. He's going to be a 20 to 30% below average left fielder at that point.
See, when they got him, I was thinking, like, this is our Tony Womack. This is a guy that's going to set the table and cause havoc on a basis, and that's something that we've lacked for a while. I mean, who was the last guy that really did that? Marte?
Yeah, and even he wasn't like a Tony Womack type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at with Jake Mangum, but I'm willing to give him a shot.
Sure. I mean,
and I also want to mention that, like, for the longest time, I probably agreed with 99% of what you said, Tyler. Like, you're the reason why I watched North Shore 9 at first, and now, like, I like everybody. But
who watches this for Tyler's takes? I'm offended by that. Just because I question your intelligence here. I'm joking, Greg. Love you. Bucko Mike's the idiot. You're good.
Yeah, he was like the person that I started following, and I found, like, the whole, community and stuff like that. And because I agreed with a lot of the things he said, but man, your Justin Lawrence take and Jake Mangum and man, I don't know, man. You and I are not seeing eye to eye this year at all.
I'll be honest, I got to remember my Justin Lawrence take.
It happened.
Yeah, what was your Justin Lawrence take?
Yeah, because you were willing to, like, not offer him arbitration, and I was like, "Whoa, that's not good, man." Because this guy
said that was the wrong opinion. Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
That was dumb.
Well, I mean, everybody has an opinion, though. I mean, it's just a thing. But I don't know. Okay, let me get to Paul Skenes. I just want to enjoy him while he's here.
Greg, before you do that,
I really want
a little more Mangum real quick. because I do want to give something that might be a positive about him that I do kind of like. And it's something I talked about with like G1 Bay. I like last year with Jake Mangum. He hit the ball on the ground. He's the type of guy I think you put balls in play, you hit them on the ground, you're going to beat out ground balls because you have that speed. That's what I wanted G1 Bay to do. And then you wreak the havoc. You turn those infield singles into doubles. He does have that skill set. So that is one thing I do like. He was a guy that had like a 40% ground ball rate throughout the minors last year in AAA. He jumped up to 60. In the majors, it was 60. You see the batting average really shoot up. That is one thing I do like about him. So there is maybe I'm becoming a little more Mangum hopeful, but I just wanted to add that in.
Well, good for you, Tyler. That's called growth. We appreciate it.
See, I like guys that seem like they're. I'm a big fan of people that seem like they're good guys. They got their good head on their shoulders and stuff like that. They're not out there like causing problems like Tommy Pham, and that's why I kind of don't want Marcell Ozuna here. Like I don't know. I don't like the bad human being type people. And that's a good thing about Mangum is I see him as like, this energetic guy. He seems like he's always smiling. He's trying hard. That's what I like. I like good people, and that's what really makes me, feel good about Mangum. But to the Paul Skenes thing, I just want to enjoy him while he's here. I try not to even think about the whole salary thing yet, because all that's going to do is bring me down. And like, I'm just looking forward to 2026. I don't even want to think about the future just yet.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to learn from you.
That's fair. I think a lot of people's focus needs to be on 2026 and not so much 2027, 2028, 2029. The time is now for this organization and team. People want jobs. Time is now. So let's focus on this year. And there's going to be a lot. And the talk earlier about the whole CBA, if there's going to be a salary cap, how ARB's going to change. I mean, the landscape of baseball could be quite different, after next year. I don't think it's going to be much different, but it could be. There is that potential. So I guess let's just focus on this year, see how the CBA plays out, and then we can focus on what the new age of baseball looks like and then go forward. But I hope Paul Skenes does everything he can to make $30 million in ARB1. I'll put it that way. He won't, though. But I hope he does everything he can to get there.
I just feel like I need to live like Greg a little bit. Just enjoy this. We have Paul Skenes right now. And every now and then, just take a step back. Every fifth day, let's just watch this guy pitch, man. This is a once-in-a-lifetime type of guy on our favorite team. Yes, we're going to complain. Yes, we need them to do more. They cannot waste him. But every fifth day, we get to watch the best pitcher in the world throw a baseball. And it is awesome.
It's very awesome. And hopefully he gets some W's this year.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Greg, you're the man.
You are the man, Greg. Again, I do just question a little bit because, again, like you mentioned how you do like good people, but then at the same time you said you started watching North Carolina because, you enjoy Tyler. I don't understand this whole Tyler thing in a lot of ways, but hey, it is what it is. We appreciate you, Greg. We love you. Thanks for joining. Anything else that you wanted to say? He's like, I'm out. I ain't talking anymore.
He was done with us.
All right. Well, looks like we got another one want to come on. Let's go ahead and bring on Nate. Nate, are you with us?
Looks like it went away there.
I thought I added him. If not, try again, Nate. Tyler, you handle that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take care of it.
I try to help you out for once.
There we go.
Hello.
Yo.
What's going on, Nate?
Yo, what's up?
Not much, Nate. What's going on, buddy?
Okay, so I don't mean to change the topic or anything. I just have this on my mind. I just wanted your thoughts on like the World Baseball Classic roster, like if you're shocked some Pirates made it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised Nick Gonzalez got on the roster, and I like Nicky G, but it did not. I was kind of shocked to see Nicky G playing for Team Mexico.
Well, Tyler, I'll let you start because I know how much you love the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I don't like the World Baseball Classic at all.
And again, Greg, you see what I'm talking about? Greg, like what? Anyways,
I don't care about it. I like the Pirates. I want to watch the Pirates. Now, in regard to the World Baseball Classic, Nicky G, you know what? I'm good with the Pirates players being able to play in some competitive baseball rather than spending their time in spring training, as much as that could be helpful. But I like the opportunity to go play some meaningful baseball games, as unmeaningful as I find them. They're meaningful to them. I will say, and this isn't a Nicky G thing, the one guy I am excited about, I want to see Antoine Kelly pitch. I want to see him face some real guys. Because that's one of those guys in this system that kind of under the radar, but not really.
he's coming. Yeah, that's a good take.
He's climbing quickly.
I mean, ultimately, we would have seen him in spring, but it's cool. He gets to do that for his country, the WBC, and yeah, like it'll be interesting to see him pitch in there because
against some legitimate talent.
Right. I mean, Alex Stump's when he came on the point last week, and he was one talking about like he could be in the bullpen. He looks at him as like he could possibly be, a big late innings guy for this team of this upcoming year. So that's a good take. I like that.
See, with Antoine Kelly, this is what kind of shocked me a little bit. How did Brandon Bitois not make Team Australia? That's what I want to know. Like, I was pumped to see this dude pitch for Australia, and that's a team that doesn't have, no offense to Australia or any Australian listeners, much baseball talent. I am surprised. Like, a prospect like him did not make that team. Like, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I've seen some fans be like, how did he not make it? I think Colin Beasley, I read an article he wrote, basically said the same thing, like, he was kind of projected to be on the team.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's there. I'm pumped to see, I know, Skenes, of course. I like what Tyler said with Antoine Kelly. I think he's got, like, the Netherlands in general, I think a lot of people are sleeping on that team. That infield has, like, at least some MLB names that are, like, notable guys. They're in a really, like, group that is not favorable to them because they got, like, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and then it's going to be, like, Israel and Nicaragua. But the Netherlands are going to be in the middle, and I don't want to forget, they made the Final Four just 2 World Baseball Classics ago. If they were in a better group, they could probably do something. But my other biggest gripe with this World Baseball Classic isn't the tournament, it's the absurd jersey prices. I don't know if you've seen this garbage. $200 for a single piece of cloth is just nuts. Like, this whole, like, Fanatics thing, and this isn't even, like, Pirates related, but, like, that company is, like, ruining sports memorabilia. It is absurd. Like, you can't, like, I remember when jersey prices were just a base, like, $120. Then when Nike got involved, it went up to $135. When Tyler and I went to Pirates Fest, they were selling just basic Ryan O'Hearn and Brandon Lau jerseys for like $175. And now the basic jersey price to get like a Paul Skenes USA jersey is $200. Like, what's your thought on that? Really quick.
Get your money, dog. I mean, prices, everything's going up. That's kind of my take on it. I know it sucks, but like everything's going up. And if that's what the market dictates and people are paying those prices, then that's what the market dictates and people are paying those prices. I know it sucks, but
the best part is they're not even worth the $200.
Yeah, I'll say I hear that. I'm not a big jersey guy, so I don't have much of a take on that. Yes, yeah, I know you are.
But it's a horrible game.
Well, a current one.
Anything else you have to say, Nate? Because people are wondering why you're skydiving while you're on this call.
Oh, I'm in the car driving through a snowstorm. It's really fun.
Yeah. Do you think about putting the top up?
I really don't want to. It would be a blast, though.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the Skenes thing, I'll just say this. I'm not really worried about it because he just, like, ARB once next year. Bucko Mike, I don't know what he's talking about. It kind of just made me laugh when he said that. I was like, okay, Bucko Mike. But, yeah, I'm not really as worried about it. I think, honestly, like, when he gets to ARB 2, that's when I'm going to worry more about it. But, like, still got a year or two until that happens. So, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, Nate. Appreciate you coming on. All right, everyone. And yeah, come on our Twitter Spaces. You want to come in and say something? And we're going to be doing this every other week. This is kind of the point of it. It'll be a little therapy session. We get to make fun of Bucko Mike, do all kinds of fun stuff. So if you have something to say, come on, join us. We'll get you on here. But I guess there's someone's wanting to come on, Tyler. You handle it.
Yeah, and it's Greg. He wants to come back. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out how this works. Oh, never mind. It's Bucko Mike again. Never mind.
Oh my God.
We gotta. What do you need, Mike?
You know he's not going to figure this thing out.
What was Osler doing? Riding in his washer or what?
He was coming into town in his washer, Bucko Mike. That's correct.
And I didn't know Kyle Nicholas was Italian. So does Kyle Nicholas an Italian mean gas can?
Yeah.
So I heard he got named to the Team Italian team.
Yes, the Team Italian team.
Osler, he's going to be demoted back to Greene County baseball, because he's going to be good to the rookie league again there. No, his takes are bad. That's it. Bad takes.
Well, you know what we need from you, Bucko Mike? We need an updated NS9 host ranking. It's been a while.
We do.
My takes are what makes the things go boot. My takes are the things that makes things go boot, man. When I tell you something's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like J.A. Happ winning 20 games after pitching for the Pirates. The next year he does it with Toronto, 20-4. Denard's like, oh, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing.
That's why the Bucko Mike sources are 79% correct this offseason.
You know what, Bucko Mike? Let's do a little experiment here. What was your nickname for Gregory Polanco? Oh, he left. He ran away. I will give Bucko Mike credit there because I was going to go down a list of guys that Bucko Mike has said would not be good, and they weren't good.
He's hit on a lot. It's annoying. It's
really
really
His
annoying.
hit rate is very good.
I mean, Bustalanco, Dominican Davis, because he was going to be a bust and be playing in Dominican in like 5 years. Yeah, it is kind of annoying.
Busta Gonzalez.
Yep.
Which that one actually kind of turned around. He became somewhat useful.
Maybe.
For a year. But can I just take this back to the World Baseball Classic and what Nathan was talking about earlier?
Of course.
I know I'm not a fan of the World Baseball Classic. I don't really find it enjoyable. I would find it enjoyable in a big game with Paul Skenes on the mound.
Oh, I mean, like the Ohtani Trout moment?
Right. That's where it becomes fun because then we have something with it. Before, I don't care if these guys that don't play for the Pirates win. I really don't care. Paul Skenes on the mound in the championship game, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'm not like a big WBC guy either, but it is kind of cool. It is cool that you get to go represent your country, kind of, some of them. But those that are, I mean, there's a lot of pride in that, and it is some meaningful baseball. And of course, like the U.S. team, you look at it and like they're good. You look at Japan, the Dominican this year looks loaded. So it's also nice that it's not like the '92 Dream Team, which is Team USA going out there and just pummeling talent.
Right.
There's some good baseball involved in here. So these guys again mostly get to go play and represent their home country, unless you're like Aroldis Chapman trying to play for Great Britain. I'm sure, again, like Nick Gonzalez in Mexico, like there's some ties there and such, but it's not like you're going back to your home country to some of these guys. But regardless, I mean, again, it is cool. There's heritage involved. They get to represent it. They get to go on the big stage to be looked at and do something meaningful outside of spring training, which isn't meaningful. The caveat to that is you're not under control of your team. You're playing meaningful games and not spring training. And like, what if something goes wrong? That sucks.
Yeah. That is true, but let's not speak that into existence. Why did you have to say that?
Oh, I was talking about the Cubs players.
Well, yeah. Love that. Never mind. Good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that there. Looks like we have another quote unquote caller here, and it's a friend here and a host of another show.
Oh, don't bring them on then.
What's going on, Platinum Key?
How's it going, guys?
It's going good, going great. How about you?
I just wanted to hop in real quick and say how honored I am to be in a space with Bucko Mike and Brad 13. Shout out to the boys. Just hopped in. Yeah. What did you guys say? Skubal's deal is bad?
Oh, no. Well, what do you think about Skubal's deals?
Yeah.
Good for Skubal. And I just think I kind of hope the CBA renders all of it negligible. And we don't even have to worry about arbitration anymore. And Paul Skenes can just re-sign with the Pittsburgh Pirates to a long-term deal, So they meet their cap obligations and call it good. That's it. That's all I had.
Well, no, quick, and we appreciate that. So, and again, you're actually in. How close are you to Detroit?
Like 45 minutes away right now.
Okay.
But when I was growing up, I was like 20 minutes away.
So you know a lot of Tiger fans. What's the vibe up there about the whole Skubal situation? Of course, bringing in Fromber.
I mean, people like that would know the team are excited. I don't know too many like diehard Tigers fans, to be honest. People are like, "Oh, did Skubal get a new contract?" And it's like, no, it's just arbitration. He's still going to be a free agent. Yeah, I mean, so like most of the people I interact with that are Tigers fans just don't know ball.
Wow.
Yeah, so which is why I'm a Pirates fan, because every single Pirates fan I know, like when I got back into baseball, were some of the best ball knowers. So shout out to the future father-in-law who feeds me all my hot takes.
Okay.
He was the guy that was like, Pirates should sign Framber Valdez back in December, and was like, you should bring that up on the podcast,
Right.
And yeah, obviously that did not come to fruition, but yeah, that's where I get a lot of my takes from. He's helped me along the way become the ball knower I hope to be someday.
Love that.
Cool.
Real quick, Platinum Key. And I got to meet Platinum Key at Pirates Fest. What was your biggest takeaway from Pirates Fest there?
I mean, I am shocked by the turnout given the weather. It was pretty cool to see how many fans turned out. Yeah, I mean, that was like my biggest takeaway was just I was pretty overwhelmed by the fact that I did not expect a big crowd, and it seemed like quite a big crowd. I don't know what your takeaways were, but I was kind of shocked by that.
No, I think I agree. Like it felt more hopeful, and I hadn't been in years past the last couple of years, but following along with people there, it was a very rightfully so negative atmosphere.
I mean, yeah, there was no sell the team chance that I heard. Right. I saw a couple T-shirts, but other than that,
yeah, and of course there was some negativity around.
Rightfully so.
I mean, it was it was a little more hopeful of a Pirates Fest. The questions asked to management were, I mean, I'm not criticizing anything anybody asked before. Trust me. All those were rightfully said, and the "Where's Bob" questions, those were funny and also, useful, I would say. But this year did feel definitely more hopeful and more optimistic.
Oh,
Maybe we're wrong
absolutely.
about
And
the optimism, but
I mean, you can just see that based on the fact that the question panel was open to not just season ticket holders this year.
right.
I mean, and the fact that they took live questions,
Mhm.
they knew that they could stand on what they've done so far this offseason, and credit to them for that. Obviously, we haven't seen anything since then I mean, that's really going to make a difference for the MLB roster. But yeah, it is a more optimistic offseason. What kind of grade would you give to this offseason right now if there's no other moves?
B- for me.
I would go C+.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was. I said C+ to Noah, I think it was like a month ago on the podcast, where I was like, if they don't do anything else, which they haven't since then, basically, I was like, I give this a C+ right now. It's better. It's a better reallocation of funds, but they haven't spent more like I hoped.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they've done slightly above average this offseason. They haven't filled enough of the gaps that they had, but there's certainly a lot more effort to this point, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, they
At
added
least
2
from the management
all-stars,
side. At least from just management, not ownership, management.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want to stop you there, Platinum Key. Technically speaking, with his $1.5 million deal, I think that does put him over last year. So they've spent more.
Yep. Okay.
They've done it.
They've done it.
They
Wow.
shut you down. Take away that narrative.
Full stop or period, full stop.
Period, full stop. They spent more money.
You know what? Travis Williams did almost bring the house down with this period, full stop.
Oh,
I don't know if Platinum Key was down there for it.
I was there for the media portion when you said that, and the cackles from the media side were a little too loud, probably.
Yeah, and I did appreciate the mentions of the T-shirts being made.
Oh yeah, the $50 T-shirts. Oh, or are you saying
the period full
period full stop T-shirts? Okay. I did not see those yet.
Well, we made those.
You can get them on the NS9 merch store. So just go to our webpage and go to the merch, and you can get them there.
Oh, beautiful! I was gonna say I may be including that in the caption of a couple videos. We'll see.
You're the man, Platinum Key.
All right, guys. Appreciate you letting me hop on. I'm gonna hop off now, but I saw Bucko Mike and Brad 13 listening, and I was like, this is a chat I need to be in right now. So,
what is it with these callers? Greg's here because of Tyler. Platinum Key's here because of Brad 13 and Bucko Mike.
I mean, legends. I have to come on.
Exactly.
Love it.
All right.
Appreciate you, Platinum Key.
Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.
Who's next, Ty?
Can I just, you know what? Can I just say before we get into our next one here?
Of course.
Platinum Key is legitimately just a great dude.
He is. He really is.
And it was my first time meeting him at Pirates Fest, but
you met him at the tailgate.
He is just a raw. Well, yeah, I did, but it was my first time really interacting with him. Just an all-star type of guy. I mean, me and Nathan were working in the corner, and he just came right up.
Can you say that again?
Conversation. Nathan and I were working in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he just came up, had really good conversation. Just all-time solid dude. Love the work he does. A lot of fun. Like him a lot.
Yeah. He is. He's just a really good dude. There's like not a mean thing he could say. I feel there's not a mean bone in his body. The reason he's positive is because he's a positive, nice guy.
Yep. And I don't like positive, nice people at all.
You don't.
Unless it's genuine. And he's a genuine dude. So, had to give a little love to our guy here. We do have another speaker here, Michael Stevens. What's going on, Michael? How are we doing tonight? As we work through the X adding them to the chat. It takes a little bit longer here than it does on radio.
Is he still here?
He is. Well, maybe we have to try that again. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Elon.
Radio shows have this issue too. They call them technical difficulties in the industry. Well, at any rate, as we work through that one.
Well, pitches and catches report soon, Tyler. Next Wednesday. So there's that. I mean, baseball is essentially upon us. That's exciting. I'll say that. If we want to talk about positivity, we want to talk about positive stuff, nice, fun things. Baseball is here. It is upon us. And I am excited about that. Not only is pitcher and catches report in 5 days? What is it? That we are now 2 weeks and a day away from NS9 being in Bradenton. How awesome is that?
Yeah. I mean, football ends basically in 2 days. That, to me, is the start of baseball season. And honestly, I think baseball already started about a month ago.
You mean after Ohio State lost? Is that when, Tyler?
Yeah, basically.
That day when Ohio State lost? Do you remember that day that Ohio State lost?
Hey, we got Eddie that wants to join the chat here. What's going on, Eddie? How are we doing tonight? Yeah.
Well, I think Michael's on.
Well, now Michael's on. Now we got two of them. What is going on with X tonight?
Hey, so you talk about pitcher and catcher reporting. Do you think there's a shot that both Rafael Flores and Joey Bart are on the opening day roster? Or do you think, let me rephrase that. Do you think Joey Bart will be on the opening roster by the time?
I think you cut out there.
I cut out. Sorry.
You're good.
Do you think there's a shot that Joey Bart is on the opening day roster by the end of spring training? Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you mean that in the sense of he'll still be on the team and not traded?
As in, do you think he'll be traded by the end of spring training? I guess that's the thing. Because obviously, as it stands, he's on the opening day roster and he's the everyday catcher besides when Skenes catches. But you think the Pirates use him as a trade piece instead of a pitcher as a headline?
You want to take that first, Ty, or me?
I think that Joey Bart's going to be here. I don't think that Flores is going to be here opening day. He just plays a position that's going to be tough for them to fit him onto the roster. I think they're going to ride with Bart right now. But I do see him and Henry Davis kind of taking a split role. And honestly, I might see Henry Davis getting more of the opportunity rather than Joey Bart. But I think Bart might move into that backup catcher role, which I don't think is a bad spot for him because the bat does play a bit. So as a bench bat, I would like Joey Bart on the bench right now because if you look at it, it's a nightmare. And I know he's a backup catcher. You're not going to get to use him as often as some other guys, but late in games, pinch hit role, he's the best one they got, man. And that can change quickly, but I think he's here. Or what do you say?
No, I agree with that. If I'm going to bet he's on the opening day roster, but I would not be shocked if he's traded. They do have a plethora of catchers. It's just that that's the thing. Like you talk about, they have 4 catchers. They have Joey Bart. They have Henry Davis. They have Andy Rodriguez. They have this whole group of catchers. But like, are they any good? You know, they all have their warts. Joey Bart really right now at this point in time, he's the best hitter that they have, and Henry Davis is the best defensive catcher. And I just feel like you ride with them too at this point in time, unless something were to come about. Like if this hypothetical trade of Paredes, like if that were to happen and Joey Bart's included, like you make that deal. So that's why I say I don't think he'll be. I'm not shocked if he's traded, but I think he's on this opening day roster. I think the best case scenario would be Henry Davis just takes the reins and he says, I was the number 1 pick. My defense improved. This year, my offense improved. I'm that guy. And like you said, they felt comfortable, not even a 50-50 split, but like a Joey Bart being the backup catcher. And then at some point, maybe Flores, Endy, they show something as well. And maybe Joey Bart's expendable at some other point in time.
I mean, like, here's the other reason I do think that it's more likely that Flores is in the minors. Injuries are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They need backup catchers.
Mm-hmm.
And Rafael Flores is going to have to catch in AAA. You do have Endy. He's probably next guy up, I'd assume, depending on health and all that, but you never know. We're going to see probably all 4 of them this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Again, if Joey Bart's not traded. Absolutely.
Right. I don't think he will be.
Agree. Looks like we have another caller.
Yeah, appreciate you there, Eddie. We do have Michael here. Michael's been hanging around a bit. But what's going on, Michael?
Oh, I just turned my mic on. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Good.
What's going on, man?
Yep.
Okay. Well, my question is how long do we really expect Paul Skenes to be a Pirate? Because when you look at the history of baseball, most starting pitchers, Roger Clemens, your Nolan Ryans, they don't stay with one team for over a 20, 25-year career. I don't think I would like for it to be like a Sidney Crosby situation where we do have him for 20 years. But maybe, as much as it hurts to say, we have a team moving into like a rich market in Las Vegas. They could use a headline, premier starting pitcher like Paul Skenes, and they have a lot of good young players. Maybe the answer is to trade Skenes after 2026. What do you guys think?
Respectfully, no. And I guess I look at it as every team's going to want him. And you make a valid point, like them going to Las Vegas. Let's have a splash move, a headliner. Let's bring in Paul Skenes. And man, I mean, if tickets aren't going, if people aren't getting excited because it's opening day in baseball in Las Vegas for the first time, now you're bringing a guy like Paul Skenes. Like, yeah, there's every reason for a team to want him. But the Pirates don't need to just say, oh, here, then you have him. They have every reason to have him on their team. The value they have, it's still like, again, like even that first year of arbitration, even if it is $10 million, which again, I don't think it's gonna be that much. He has so much surplus value that there's not many teams out there that have what it's going to take to make a Skenes trade happen. Like what you're going to get for him after 2026 probably isn't going to be much different than 2027. So that's also, I think, the mindset that we have to understand. No one has the value of Paul Skenes right now. There's not one organization, maybe outside the Dodgers, that have the talent to trade for Paul Skenes today or after 2026, So it's like, that's why he's also going to be here afterwards, is because you'll get the same return if you wait another year. So like, why not still have Paul Skenes? Why not, for all the reasons you want it, like Vegas would want him, right? Why would Bob Nutting not want that either? He's going to sell tickets. Let's have him sell tickets for us instead of for Vegas. So that's just my mindset there.
I'm thinking Vegas or Oakland, whatever they are right now. They are actually, besides the Dodgers, I think they're one team that they can give a return for Skenes, like 3 or 4 players. Well, probably 3. But I guess then the question becomes is how long do we expect to have Skenes? If we extend him, is he a Pirate for 10 years and then he leaves, or 12 years and then he leaves? What's that look like?
So I don't think we're looking at an extension. I think we're more just looking at he's going to be here for the next 2 to 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then the trade will happen. I think we're a bit beyond the extension point. It's not that he's gone tomorrow. It's not that he's gone next year, but a trade will happen at some point here. Just not yet. I mean, just to add a little more to your point there, Michael. Yeah, they can trade him and probably get a good bit of talent around. I mean, they will get a ton of talent for Paul Skenes, or they better. But I look at the 2019 Nationals. They didn't have Bryce Harper, but they had Steven Strasburg. Paul Skenes is in that category where if you're going for a World Series, and damn it, like if you're playing this game, you're going for a World Series. If you're not trying to win a World Series, then why do you have a team? If you're going for a World Series, you need Paul Skenes.
Oh, and I agree.
That gives you the best chance to do it.
Oh, yeah. That's what makes this team a World Series contender. If they would have signed, to me, if they would have signed one really big bat to go along with what they did sign, you put Skenes in the playoffs, you got a chance.
Yep. Which I think is why you keep him as long as you can. This is the window they have. Go get it now. Flags fly forever.
And if they were able to win a series, I think, that might play into a guy like Paul Skenes. He may want to stay here if, he achieves something like that while he's in Pittsburgh.
It would be nice. I think at some point he's just going to be too valuable for them to keep.
Yeah, I agree. He's just
what he's going to
good.
demand is just too much, and it sucks. But unfortunately, that's the way this sport goes.
Yeah, I mean, again, I look at it this way too. We're talking about a team right now that, because that $1.5 million deal, they've exceeded last year's payroll. They're into the $93, $94 million range. Paul Skenes is a pitcher that might command $40 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't see it. That's the thing. I just don't.
I would hate for them to wait. I would hate for them to wait to trade him until he's in his last year of control in like 2029, and then at that point his trade value does drop, because anybody that trades for him is going to have to be like, well, he's just going to sign with somebody after we have him for 2 months.
Michael, let me ask you this question back though. If it's the last year of his arbitration, and this is let's just say that whoever the GM is at that point, whether it's Ben Sherrington or whoever it might be, if he gets fired and they bring in someone else, let's just say they build a team good enough that you think they can get close to a World Series. Are you trading Paul Skenes at that point in his last year of arbitration?
No, not under those auspices. But I don't see this team as being able to do that.
Yeah, I was just curious on that thought there, but yeah, I'm with you. But that's where I'm at with him. This is the window you have. You have the guy that can get you there. And heck, not just him. You have the horses all around here in the rotation. They got 3-4 guys that if you are in a playoff series, you do not want to face them.
Yeah. And like on top of that, you have Paul Skenes probably for 27 and 28 after this year, right? That's probably when you're looking, he's going to get traded because there's 1 year left. At that point in time, we're looking at probably $30 million or more, right? So that's probably when the Pirates are going to unload. So the question is, if you have a team that is competitive, Paul Skenes is the guy that's going to get you there. Is it more in your interest to try to win in those years or try to recoup so you have a team that's to some level competitive in 2029, 2030, 2031. I think we need to focus that for the time that we do have Paul Skenes, we need to go all in, push the chips in, and try to be as competitive as we can, because there's going to be a point in time that we don't have him. And even whatever you do get, look at trades. There's been numerous trades where you have this plethora of talent that comes in, because you had this, superstar guy, and then you look and you go, man, all those prospects didn't do much.
And we're going to need Griffin to really come out and be everything he's supposed to be, because the team's not going to get it from outside sources. I think we're seeing that this winter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be all on Griffin to get us to that point where they are a legitimate World Series contender. And I hope he does. I mean, I think it would be, imagine the city of Pittsburgh during a World Series. It'd be crazy.
It would
be fun, man.
It would. And to kind of go back on this, like Connor Griffin is at a point in time, to Bucko's Mike point, hasn't reached the majors yet. He's in the minors. And like we're seeing right now with Paul Skenes, it's just too late to extend him because he's just too valuable. This is why it's such a perfect time to lock up Connor Griffin, because he is that guy that you might be able to get for 10 years on this team. And I don't have to worry about, there's only 4 or 5 years for Connor Griffin till we're trying to trade him. So I think that's why it's so vital to lock him up. Of course, there is a risk. He's only had 1 year under his belt in major in professional baseball, but the talent's so immense. He's right there on the cusp. He is a guy, if you look to try to sign right now, you can get him on that affordable deal, even for the Pittsburgh Pirates, to have him there for, again, potentially a decade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think signing Griffin long term is that big of a risk in his, particular situation. The only thing, and I don't know about anything about him personally, but the only thing that seems to harpoon guys is their, the stuff around baseball, like a Chris Benson or a Jung Ho Gung or, so many others that have issues outside of baseball.
Michael, I didn't think we were getting an Anna Benson mention tonight, but I love it.
But it can happen. And, I don't think that's going to be the case with him. He seems like a pretty solid young guy, but.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, Michael, we appreciate you here. We got a few more here, but thanks for hopping on. We're going to move on to the next one here.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Jumping on.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. We got 2 of them here, and they're repeat offenders.
All right, let's do this. Let's also do this. Last 2 callers. We're cutting them off. This is the last 2.
All right. Well, we're going back to Greg.
Because we're an hour 20 into this.
We are. Greg,
we're
what's
going
going
to
on,
have to tighten
my
up
friend?
these questions going forward.
Yeah. What's up, Greg?
Oh, hey, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sure can.
I'm sorry. X booted me before, so I just wanted to finish my point and kind of clarify something too. Like, I don't watch North Shore 9 just for Tyler. He's the reason why I follow. That's all.
What the heck?
Greg came back on to clarify that. I love it.
Why did I bring you back here?
That's our Greg. You're our quote card for tomorrow.
Yeah, because I got kicked off of X like years ago, and for maybe cussing or something like that. And
you and Tyler would get along, huh?
I was following him before, and that's how I was able to find you guys again whenever I got back on. But I wanted to talk about third base just real fast, and then I'm gonna get going so somebody else can get on. I don't know that Triolo should be getting everyday reps there, and I think that every guy that should have, the Pirates could have got, like Suarez or Okamoto or something like that, they're gone. So I don't know what the answer is there now, but I'm gonna get off and listen to you guys.
Yep, appreciate you, Greg. You want to take that one or me there, Donardo?
Go ahead, Ty. Because I know you actually want to talk about third base tonight.
I'm a tree guy.
Yeah,
and I do love me some Jared Triolo. I think Greg did bring up a good point there, though, about what's left. And to me, that's where I'm at, and that's why it sounds like I'm such a big Jared Triolo proponent, because he's the best I think that's available. Paredes probably would be an upgrade, but I don't know if he's an upgrade enough that I'd give up a ton for him. Now, the trade that was floated today, I would listen on, and it was Paredes for Bucko and Triolo. That was kind of just a hypothetical trade thrown out there, nothing that's actually concrete or even been reported. But outside of Paredes, I don't know if I would take anyone other than Triolo. And if you look at Triolo's last year here, he really didn't get consistent at bats until August. In August, he had a really good month. September, he was, he was below average. He wasn't great. He was pretty bad. The problem with Jared Triolo is you just don't know what you're getting at the plate. You know what you're getting in the field. The positive here is that he's playing a position at third base where he will provide value. It's not like in previous years where you were throwing him at second base. He was valuable there because he's so good defensively. Or first base where he's not giving you any value defensively, at least analytically. So I think having him at third base every day, the reason I'm interested in it isn't exactly because I think he would improve this roster or make them a playoff team. It's more that I just kind of want to see what Jared Triolo has, but not at the risk of this team not being good this year.
Right.
So if they had a better option, I would take it 100%. I just don't see that better option right now.
No, I feel that. And that's the situation they're in right now. And again, like, I'm not fighting you on this. I just would also like to have, again, I think Jared Triolo is just best suited as a super utility guy that makes this team better. So find a third baseman. That way Triolo can do that. But obviously, like, I'm not going to get a guy just to get a guy. Like, I'm not going to say, well, we need a third baseman, so let's just get this terrible third baseman simply because he's a third baseman. I think Jared Triolo could be better than a lot of people that remain. However, like I just said, the operative word could be, because there is just a lot of unknown. I mean, I believe in him some degree as well. I believe him enough that I was okay with him being the stopgap shortstop this year. I don't know when Connor Griffin's going to come up. Is it going to be on opening day? Is it going to be in 2 months? But until then, I'm okay Jared Triolo taking every day at bats to be a shortstop. That way this team didn't have to invest into getting a stopgap shortstop. Seems like right now he's a third baseman, though, and an everyday third baseman. And that's not really where I'm comfortable with him at. Like,
why? Like that, I guess I don't know why, because that's his best position.
But just because it's his best position, why did we want to move on from Brian Hayes? Like, that's it, Tyler. That's it. We don't know what Triolo is. I'm hopeful, and I do think he can be more valuable than Brian Hayes, but also, like, what's that say?
His family doesn't annoy the living shit out of me on Twitter.
That's fine. But his family's not helping you win either.
Fair.
And again, like, I don't want to poo-poo on Jared Triolo. I think there's a role for him on this team. I think he gets more hate than he deserves. But at the same time, like, I don't know if he's the answer for third base. Because as much as I believe in him, and as much as I tried to talk up, once he got every day at bats, I mean, again, you heard me talking about him all last year at the end of the season. But at the same tune, like, I'm not here trying to make him my everyday third baseman. He hasn't proven enough for me. And the bar shouldn't be, are you better than Brian Hayes? Because are you better than Brian Hayes isn't what leads you to the playoffs. So the problem, though, is there's not too many guys out there that also can prove themselves to be better than Jared Triolo. So I get where you're coming from. Like, instead of giving up assets, just roll with Jared Triolo. I still think I would rather have Paredes on here. Like, I would welcome him in to then put that Triolo super utility role in play, or a Beatty, even a Vientos. Like, I'm okay with those trades happening. But the thing is, there's nothing on the free agent market that I'm looking for, and there's not really that many trades that are even available or that I think would help this team out either. So, like, that's it. Like, that's your list. You're looking at the Houston Astros or the New York Mets, and if those don't happen, you are rolling with Triolo. And then we are just basically praying that I hope we were right. And I guess bring up our confidence in Jared Triolo.
So in all reality, here's the problem with Jared Triolo. I want to see him play every day at third base, but probably not this year. If this was 2022, I would be just clamoring, just play him every day. Let me see what we have here.
Absolutely.
They're not in a situation where they can see what they have here.
Correct.
That's the problem.
Correct.
I want to see what we have here, but they don't have that chance here. They can't.
Bingo.
They're in a spot where they can't do that. That's the issue.
Right. That's it.
That's why I'm so conflicted, because I do want to see what he can do, but they don't have the chance. Like, they just can't do that. They really can't.
I agree. They're just not constructed as.
Right. Because they need to win now, and it's not the time to find out what you have.
Right. I mean, you're either the Miami Marlins, who can go ahead and do so because you don't have those playoff aspirations, or you're the LA Dodgers, who say, well, we're going to get to the playoffs, so let's find out. Like, if that's the one spot, they're going to say, oh, we'll just, have you for your glove because we're still a 100-win team. But the Pirates are trying to fight to get to 500.
Yeah. But I don't want to throw away a 1.5 win player. That's the thing.
At the same time.
Which is where I do agree with you about the super utility role would be perfect for him. It would. Because then as he gets more comfortable and as he plays better, you give him more at-bats. Then he finds a more normal role. That is kind of the issue here.
Yeah.
Is that if he doesn't work at third base, you're screwed. You got nothing.
That 10th guy on a team matters. And that's why I say, I think when you look at this less of just Triolo, you need to look at it as Triolo and Gonzalez. What makes this team better? Triolo and Gonzalez or Paredes and Triolo? That's why I keep, because again, if they're the same, right? It's also, it's not Triolo in that super utility role. It's Nick Gonzalez. And is that who you want in that role? Do you want him playing shortstop, third base, second base, filling in whatever? Or do you want that to be Triolo?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You are. And again,
did you hear that, Greg?
Greg,
did you hear that?
My fascination here with Triolo is more that I just believe in the guy. But again, they're not in a position as a team where they can take that risk. They're not. I know that. It's just that I don't see a better option.
And you're not lying. Again, I'm not fighting on that by any means, because that's the problem. They're not in that situation, but they are currently in this situation now where they are. What's left, you can make that argument. Early in the season, you had all these options at third base. Problem is they missed out on every single one. So now it's left with Triolo or these guys that are still here that nobody wants. And then again, or you're trading for a third baseman on teams that are likely seeking major league talent. And this team also can't really afford to purge major league talent on their team to get major league talent. They gave me that one today. It's hypothetical. It's Triolo and Bucko. Bucko could be the fifth starter on this team. You might need Bucko. There's another rotation guy gone. That's your third one this season. And then you lose Triolo, who, again, I talked about, Triolo or Gonzalez. So, you're taking a hit there to some level. Is Paredes worth it? For the value of this major league team from Bucko and Triolo, that might just be a wash. They talk about, moving the chairs on the Titanic on this team right now. That, to me, that's almost kind of the same. You're losing this talent elsewhere that's going to help your major league team to get this talent for your major league team, and it just might be a wash. There's not many options out there looking for just prospects.
Right. Yeah, we're running out of time here.
This is an hour and 30. I'll say this, though.
I was talking about the Pirates, but also, we are too.
Appreciate everyone for coming on. This is the idea of this. But, we haven't had the success of having a bunch of people on the first few times. Of course, we had some technical difficulties. But with this said, we're going to have to tighten up this Q&A a little bit more.
Yeah, we will.
But I appreciate everyone for coming on. Really fun, really good. Loved all the comments. Again, we'll be doing this every other week. Next week, The Point will return. Week after that, Sicko Soundoff returns. And we'll be in spring training as well. So that's going to be fun. But, we out of here, Ty?
Yeah, we're done.
Let's go. We'll see you guys later. Subscribe, do all the fun stuff. We will be back Monday morning with Bucko Brew, unless there's an emergency podcast for a minor league signing. Bye-bye.
Peace out, Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.